book is Sapp Attack, My Story, Warren Sapp. You see him, obviously, you have for years. You see him on the NFL Network. You see him everywhere. Obviously, the decorated defensive lineman who had his best years in Tampa and obviously a fixture in the Pro Bowl and two-decade all-NFL player. All right, a couple of things here. The Kyle Clifton play, which really changed the NFL. Chad Clifton play, which actually almost did change the NFL a little bit. Take me through it. What happened?
Just an interception, and once it's an Oski, I turned, looked at Favre. He took off running and laughed. I'm like, shh, can't get him. So I'm looking for the rest of the O-line. I'm like, oh, I got nothing. So I'm going this way, and some say, Sapp, you always know they got to be in the frame. So I turn, look back, and he's right there. I said, got me one. He in full stride mode to get there. So
got him good.
Took him right off his feet. Took him right off his feet.
And they changed the rules since then, right? I mean,
they didn't change it for me, but they changed it.
Right, but that play really kind of springboarded.
It kind of opened it up that, you know, they are after each other with it. So I mean, but Mike, you were an offensive lineman, right?
No, I didn't play.
You didn't play?
No.
But you've had friends that played.
Yo, sure. Man.
When there's an interception, what's the first thing you have to do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get your head on the swivel.
Absolutely.
Because we are coming.
Absolutely.
We get the block now.
That's the kind of play now they want to take out of the game.
Yeah, I can see why now. I can see why now.
Because you can get badly injured.
No, I can see why now.
Right.
Because we have to take care of each other. It's like them chopping us on the back of the leg back in the day that, you know, with Jurkovic and, you know, Eric Williams with the Cowboy game on the back of, you know, Reggie White's leg. So, I mean, hindsight's always 20/20. But when you're in the middle of a game and you going.
All right, what about this stuff? Now, here's the stuff. What about this friendly stuff with you and Favre during the game? I mean, there was, you know, you and what about this stuff, this byplay with you and Favre that used to go on during the game?
There's two country boys out in the field with 10 friends.
You're supposed to be going after your opponent.
Oh, trust me, I was going after him.
Okay,
trust me, I was going after him. We just had a little fodder going on in between. It didn't discuss weights.
You got a lot of attention, though.
You know, when you're sitting here and the quarterback and the defensive line tackle nose to nose, you know, that kind of draws a little bit of attention.
So, but it was, you know,
always fun.
Ever bad-natured?
No.
Ever angry?
I never had that kind of hate. Whenever you saw me sack a quarterback, I'd get up and go to dancing, smiling. This was about fun for me.
Okay.
They didn't pay me for Sunday.
Was there a quarterback you didn't like? That you really liked giving a little extra shot to? Was there a quarterback you didn't like?
When I got to Oakland, Phillip Rivers was really like the dude that I wish I could have had them boys.
Trash?
I wish I could have had those boys in red to go see his ass because he deserves a good kicking. Because I think he thinks, you know, being at NC State with the little, you know, the accolades, full-time, you know, whatever it was. I mean, he, you know, just it was something about him. I mean, he had his nose in the air, and I'm
Did
trying
he
to
say a lot?
Yes.
Yes. So if he scored, he had something to say.
Pointing, all that stuff. I'm like, when the hell you want anything to be there like this? I mean, I remember you had, what, the Wolfpack?
Right.
To talk about it.
So he was the guy that annoyed you. Phillip Rivers.
At the end.
He annoys a lot of guys in the league, though, supposedly.
Trust me, quarterbacks, everything. I mean, he's just a in-your-face
Fights
type
with
of
the
dude.
fans? Gets at it with the fans?
Like I said, he's just one of those in-your-face type of guys. And the thing I wanted to tell him was, name me the quarterback that's won a Super Bowl like that.
Probably, I have to think off the top of my head who's really been out there. I don't think there probably isn't one.
Not one.
I probably can't think of one.
Not one.
I'm trying to
play
think.
the most humbling game you could possibly go. I talk my trash, but it's normally when I'm outside the game or the play's over. You know, you got to pick your spots because it will humble you.
There's not that many quarterbacks who were that way, right? I can't think of too many who were that way. Was there a lot of trash-talking quarterbacks? Not really, right?
I mean, just little things, you know. Tim Couch hit me with the football one time in the face mask, but
probably the only thing he ever hit was
I think so too.
What about offensive linemen? What offensive lineman he just didn't like? There had to be an offensive line. Not even one offensive lineman.
You know what? Those dirty guys. That Richie kid down in Miami. He was a dirt bag, and the Wellborn dude. He kicked me one time in the Philadelphia game. Other than that,
nothing.
Everybody else was pretty well, you know, in between the lines. Because I mean, we grown men. I'll see you after this game.
Right. Did that ever happen?
No. I'd let you know.
Have you ever gone at it with a player after a game?
No.
Never. You see that happen a lot?
Yes.
A lot of times?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
You're not living in Magic City. You know, Miami brings us all together.
So you think that does, but that happens a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Do guys in the NFL hold grudges?
Yes, absolutely. We're like elephants. We never forget anything.
Never forget.
Anything.
How about the stuff with the official? Take me through the whole stuff with the official.
Which one?
Well, let's go through the most celebrated one. Go ahead.
Which one? I'm trying to figure it out.
The first one.
The one when I went through the stretch with Indianapolis?
The one you got with the whole thing with the league. Remember the league got on you with you got on the official about him making a bad call and you were going nuts on the official?
That was the only time. The one I got kicked out in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Listen, I watched them change a call from offsides.
You were going nuts that game.
I want you to listen to me.
Go ahead.
I had played 13 years in this league, and I have never seen a referee change the call from number 56, which is Derek Burgess, to number 58, which is Chris Clemon. And this ref over here calls it, so he's looking across the field. So I looked at this ref on this side, and I said, you didn't see that? What do you mean? I say, he called it on 58. No, he didn't. He called it on 56. I say, you want to ask him? So he asked him. He was like, how do you change that call from the numbers? Because Burgess is over here yelling at this ref. I ain't no size. He's in his face.
So the referee says it's on 58.
And then they change it when they click the mic on.
Okay.
They change it from 56 to 58.
He goes and asks the official.
Yeah, this ref does. He says, yeah, we changed the call.
And he says we changed the call.
Oh, okay. I say, well, you can't do your job? So now we got to a point right at the end of the half. Flag goes up in the air and says, offsides, number 21, Nnamdi Asomugha. I said, we don't play number man to man. This happens every day. You back up, son. He's right in front of you. Back up, son. I said, you couldn't tell him that? I'm doing my job. I said, oh, now you doing your job. Right. So we going at it now. So we get to a point where now we have a penalty, and the referee declines the penalty on his own. I said, excuse me, Mr. Ref. Who declined the penalty? He said, I did. I said, you can't do that.
That's right. Yeah, give him an
I said, my brother, you can't do it. I said, you see the C on my chest? Because I've never had it before. Because back when we played, you didn't have no C.
So you didn't get asked.
Listen, I say, you have to ask me because Burgess don't talk, and Nnamdi's on the other side of the field.
Right, so you got to...
I say, who declined the penalty? He said, I did. So I walk over to the sideline. I say, Lane, he declined the penalty on his own. But I won't leave the field because I know I got to go back out here and play this third down because we're going to move them back because they in field goal range.
Right.
I've done this too many times. And I'm sitting there like, you got to be kidding me. You changing the offsides. You call offsides on my left corner, and the only thing you got to do is tell him, back up, son. You offsides. Back up a little bit. He's right there. Now you want to tell me you going to decline a penalty on your own? So we walked back on the field. He happened to be a black dude, and he was like one of the first brother refs, number 22. And I'm like, say my... And I'm lathered up saying this to him. I'm like, yo, you can't do that, ma. So say my, and he won't even acknowledge me and say, all right, Warren, I got you. I'm like, listen, you got put in authority with the white hat. You can't do this on your own. So you would need to know who you need to see. So, I'm kind of poking and jabbing at him. So the umpire, who's number 53, and I got to take you back 6 weeks before this, where he's in the huddle with the Houston Texans team, giggling with the offensive line. And he came out of the huddle looking at me. I'm like, what's so funny? I like to laugh, too. Those offensive linemen, they be punching me in the rib. What's so funny? He going to look at me and say, oh, they're afraid of you. I say, you lying MF. And I've never seen a man turn that red that fast before in my life. He wanted to throw a penalty on me so bad, but he couldn't because he had just lied. So he gets the referee to come over and tells me, I have to apologize to him. I say, Mr. White, who was number 99, the referee, I say, this man told me, when he came out of the huddle with the offensive line, laughing. I said, what's so funny? He said, they're afraid of you. And I say, in my neighborhood, when you lie to a man's face, you get called a lying MF. And that's what I gave to him. White looked at him and said, let it go. So now we're in Jacksonville. He says to me, you can't talk to him like that, because I'm over here saying, yo, my end, I'm using the word. You can't talk to him like that. I say, yo, shut the... He threw this flag like napalm. I said, you've been waiting to throw that one for 6 weeks. I just walked. So we going at it. So now I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go totally off, because when two grown men are talking and the referee don't throw the flag on me and I'm saying what I'm saying to him, then how you going to throw the flag? So it was just one of those days where 4 calls went a certain way.
What was the fine?
Huh?
What the league hit you with?
No, they returned my money.
They gave it back?
They returned some of my money.
Oh, so all right. So they saw it. Did you come in and talk to them?
They just didn't want me to call on the phone and curse them out like I had did for so many years, because this one was going to be worse than anything else, because I actually had the play sheet right in front of me, and I was going to use my appeal and wasn't going to let nobody talk on this.
Is the officiating from your standpoint good, bad, or is it awful? Is it bad? Is it
Both
okay?
ways. Now?
Yeah.
With the replacement?
No, forget the replacement.
Okay. Now?
Day to day is the officiating.
It evened out.
We take a lot of calls from fans about officiating. Do you think the officiating is good, bad, or awful?
Good.
You think it's good?
Good.
Day in, day out, you think it's good? Okay. So you don't think it's terrible?
No, not in no least bit. They do a pretty good job. They really do. I mean, it's some of the finest athletes in the world going at a pace
very tough, no question.
The biggest thing is the difference when they take the umpire and put him on the sides like that.
Right.
That allows defensive holding back in the game.
Yeah,
so I want to talk about that. You can't do that.
I don't like it either.
You can't do it. No, you got to go back to the old school way.
I totally agree.
You got to watch
They're trying to protect him is what
I know what they're doing, because he's in the middle of that Autobahn that they built in the middle of the football field.
Question.
I know. Yeah.
All right, Sapp Attack, My Story with Warren Sapp. Right back.